So, still using all the same stuff that I originally had in the build. I might swap the uplifting aromatics for the iron jar ones, just so I can get more poise and get certain spells off at times. That's kind of a non-factor. Everything else, though, I mean, I feel like I have optimal stat allocation and damage coming from this. The goal isn't to one-shot, never was, never will be. I want to have fun with the game and actually fight things, and I don't know. I think people get too caught up in the whole one-shot. I'll be swapping weapons out, things that are immune to magic, say. I'll swap to Inseparable Sword and, kill them with Holy. And I can swap out these three, basically. This I'm always going to keep, just so I get the extra spells. Two of the spells that I'm using take up 2 slots, so it's like, it's a pain in the ass to work around that. I wish there was no cap on the amount of spells, but it is what it is. So I'm just going to get into it, man. Obviously, I'm going to perform a whole lot better because this is a lower level area, but I've already gone through a lot of the DLC in order to get the things that I have, and this build it's solid. Again, you're not going to one-shot everything or anything for that matter, but it makes combat fun. Because it is like a Death Knight / Lich, it's going to utilize summons to great effect. So, because of the build and its role, we'll say, it was built around using spirit summons. To give you an idea of some of the spirit summons I'll use, we got these little undead archers. We've got the skeletal militia, a grave bird, potentially. We can use Mimic Tear, I probably won't though. And then Dung Eater as like another Death Knight, if you will. I think it fits thematically. And so if you want to tank, obviously you're going to use this guy, the Dung Eater. These guys are actually really effective. They'll apply frost damage, or these guys, if they die, they have the potential to just keep respawning, which is phenomenal, especially early game. These are hands down my favorite and what I think to be the best Spirit Ash. I haven't used the Gravebird. Maybe I'll use it in this cave when I go in there just to see kind of how it performs. And so the idea behind this build too, so you guys are aware, was to use spells that proc frost and reset it with the black flame type stuff. So it's like a constant apply frost and then get it off. So the potential for damage is definitely there. And the constant spawning of skeletons via that tibia summon. It's pretty cool. Show you the range on this guy. Well, he kind of ran towards me, but it is what it is. This is probably one of the most fun builds I've made. I've got to imagine that it's going to perform well in PvP too. So something I'm not doing right now, but I'll probably go do that next, is put Rykard's Great Rune on, and then that way when I kill things, I get HP back. It's not a huge deal, but something I definitely want to do. So I guess something else that I could say is that if you didn't want to go light shield or small shield, you could go with this particular stat allocation. You could use this shield and get 100% physical block. Any shield that weighs 3.5. Similarly, if you wanted, you could add a dagger in. I would suggest a dagger with Endure or a small weapon with Endure. And then that way you could get off some of your stronger spells that you could get knocked out of. You'll just usually always get them off unless you're hit several times during the cast. But yeah. You can see, like, we have damage options. That's not, it's really a non-factor. I know there's a path that way, not worth going to. I was saying on one of my videos, or in the comment section for one of my videos earlier, when I make builds, I always make sure to use consumables that scale off of my main damage stats. So like, this gets an S tier in Faith, or S scaling in Faith. I mean, I got 47 Faith, so it's not going to hit for just a little bit. This gets C and B, you know, for strength and intelligence, which I have plenty of. A DD, even though it's low scaling, like, one, it fits my build and the aesthetic of the build, and it's scaling off my two biggest stats. Again, this gets BB and Faith. It's doing pretty good damage. This is more or less just to pull enemies. I had these, but their range is limited, so they kind of suck. This guy here scales DD Faith in, but I mean it's a good little tool. Minimal FP cost for the most part. As far as this build goes too, though, like, I don't have as much mind as I would like to have. I would like at least 30, 26 minimum, but because I needed to get certain stats to certain numbers to where I could use spells and whatnot, I had to take out of there because I needed at least 28 endurance, especially running a greatsword. I should really have more, but you give and you take to make shit work. Damn, just that Regal Omen killed him. That's pretty good. I'll be making a complete showcase of this build here soon, and you'll see I take out the Postulant Knight with ease with that particular item. So good. Does so much damage. And it is holy damage too, by the way. Cool little thing I did with this build is like Liches and Death Knights have control of the undead. So I don't like these little bastards. I can kill them on command. And this works even like higher level ones. That might be too far. Nope. And so, I guess in the theme of it all, with Rykard's rune, his great rune, you know, you get HP for killing things. And so, being able to kill off the undead and sap their life force, it fits thematically so well. If I was max level, I would do things like Taker's Cameo and the Spirit Horn. That way I was gaining FP and HP every time I killed something, which is, it totally fits the theme of the build. With Liches consuming all living things and they grow in power, I mean, it's just, it fits. Who's the real Grave Warden? Alright, I think that's it for the stream. You guys get the idea.